Hello, YouTubers. How are you doing? It's Everyday Shenanigans, and it is Wednesday, December 2019, Hump Day in America. I want to bring you all some information. If you have not been tuning into the local and national news, Donald Trump has been impeached, and I will give you the said information. Um, Last updated, two articles have passed in the House, and each article, well, one article was, abuse of power, and the other article was obstruction of Congress. And I want to give you all a little bit of information about what has transpired in our country to give you information of the process and how it works, and then I'll give you my commentary. Okay, this article was updated today at 8:54 p.m. and it is from Time magazine. So if you need verification for the said information, please log on to Time. Okay, on Wednesday, Donald Trump became the third president in American history to be impeached. Although impeachment is very rare in the U.S. is nearly 250 years of history. Looking back to the two previous impeachments should give President Trump cause for both concern and comfort. After Presidents Bill Clinton and Andrew Johnson were impeached, both of their parties lost the next presidential election. However, neither president was ultimately removed from office by the Senate, just as the Republican majority in the current Senate is unlikely to remove Trump now. To be impeached, a president or other federal official must have committed one of the violations described by the Constitution as treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. But history shows that if a president is to be impeached, the biggest factor may be political will. Whether members of a president's own party are willing to turn against him, and whether enough members of Congress believe that trying to remove the president is worth risk of losing popular support. Impeachment, alone isn't the only step to take a president out of office, but it is actually the first of a two-pronged process. To impeach an official, the House of Representatives must pass articles of impeachment, which formally accuse the president of misbehavior. Once the House votes to impeach, the Senate must hold a trial to decide if the president should be removed from office. The first president to be removed from office through impeachment was Andrew Johnson. After the Civil War set the stage for the first impeachment of U.S. President, after Abraham Lincoln's death, he was succeeded by his vice president, Andrew Johnson. Johnson was a pro-Union Democrat who had refused to secede from the Union only with his state, Tennessee, during the war. However, he was also a racist who favored a lenient approach to Reconstruction, the process of bringing the states of the Confederacy back into the nation. He clashed with Congress through his term, vetoing bills he felt were too harsh on the South, including the Freedoms Bureau Acts, which gave displaced Southerners, including African Americans, access to food, shelter, medical aid, and land. The next president to be impeached was Bill Clinton. Like Johnson, President Bill Clinton had stirred up a lot of anger in Congress after his affair with former White House intern Monica Lewinsky became public in January of 1998. Clinton at first adamantly denied to federal investigators and the public of having sexual relations with her. Okay. The articles of impeachment alleged that Clinton had perjured himself by lying to investigators about his relationship with Lewinsky. They also said that he had obstructed justice by encouraging White House staff to deny the affair. So as you see, two presidents before Mr. Donald Trump. So today it stands at 3. And as I stated, 2 articles were passed in the House. We will wait to see if there will be a trial in Congress. I think that is the main concern. If Congress, by the House, they are, I guess, worried if the House will be follow through with a trial. And we will see, and I'll bring you the update. But what I wanted to do is give my commentary, and that story information that I just brought you is through Time. Everyone has their own opinion of the president. Everyone has their own feelings about politics in general. I personally don't have anything nice to say about Mr. Trump. I've watched his actions from day one uh, while running for the presidency. I felt like I feel that he was vile in his behavior, his tongue. I'd never heard of a president having such derogatory things brought up about him beforehand, such as groping people. Videos were shown of that. The issue with Miss Stormy Daniels, the alleged affair they had. Uh, Information brought through from the lawyer, paying the lawyer to pay her, which I thought was stupid. I don't know why anyone would have paid an outside party money out of their own pocket for a said friend, client. I wouldn't have done it personally, but to each its own. But that's my point, is that no matter the political party, there's just certain things you don't do, and you know better. And this man was running before, and people of this country voted him in. And I thought that was sad that you knew of these things, and yet some of you voted for him anyway. And in one of the articles I just read, there's been commentary given by Mr. Trump because he's right now in Michigan rallying or whatever, speaking at some function, public speech. It's a lie to say that all Republicans voted for you, because that is a lie. Because I have spoken to people who are Republicans, and they did not vote for Mr. Trump. I had a neighbor, an elderly gentleman who was Republican, who is, and he told me he would not vote. He didn't vote, period. Okay? So to say that every Republican in America voted, that is a lie. And see, as you see, even as he has trampled to the bottom of the pile, to the dirt, still spreading lies about what people did in this country. You can't speak for everyone, what everyone did or did not do, who voted, didn't vote. There's no way you would know who voted and didn't vote. I don't know how you would know that. Assumptions. But as I stated, a lot of rhetoric, a lot of vile talk, a lot of ignorant talk, and yet these people voted for him. And yes, there are a lot of red states in this country, and that's how he got in. We now know this. For some of you who don't, now you do. I had a problem with him. I had a problem with all the rhetoric about the president, our former president, Barack Obama. And it has nothing to do with race. For those of you who want to jump on the bandwagon and go there, it's about respect. It's about talking about what you know. It's about, as I say, or what they love to say in the street, having receipts. You see, it's easy to assume things about people and put out vicious lies and rumors about them when you know deep down inside they are false. They are false. Saying that man wasn't a United States citizen, that's about as low as you could go. He wouldn't have made it as far as he did if had he not been a United States citizen, Mr. Obama. Come on now. And then there was all the hirings, which to me is the most baffling, besides the tweeting nonstop. Who hires people for official posts in the government, but yet fires them when things don't go their way? You fire them. Look how many people were fired from the time Mr. Trump took office up until today. There's not enough fingers to count, and we only have 10 of them, most of us. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pathetic and lame and childish behavior of someone who has been afforded the opportunity to serve the public, serve our country. Then there was the nonstop tweeting. Never heard of that before. And of course, social media, the internet was around when President Barack Obama was in office, but you never heard of that man jumping on every said situation and story, giving his comment about what Peter did, Paul did, Susie did. It's very irresponsible, and it's reckless, because you're putting yourself in situations that you don't have any business, because you are supposed to be running the country. You are supposed to be leading and guiding the people, not jumping in street folks' business. And see, that told me a lot about his character. Plus, past things with the taxes, never wanting to give the income, no tax papers, not, which is sad to me. Why not? What do you have to hide? But yet you want to say you are for the people. You are leading and guiding the people. But you're ashamed in showing your financial records. But it's okay to throw someone else under the bus for not being a natural born citizen and proper paperwork to prove it, which we already know the former President Obama had documentation. Come on now. These are the things that are sad to me, baffling, and just outright outrageous. But as I stated, everyone has their own opinion. I was not for this president. I hope that he is impeached, and that's my personal opinion. I don't feel anything for him because to me, he is like a lot of people that I have seen, people I have discussed even on this channel. He is a vile human being. He has no regard for life. He has no respect for life. He does not know when to be quiet. And that to me is a very reckless person. When he or she does not know when to say, it's probably best I don't say anything. Because I am in a position where the things I say will be held against me. That is my update, you guys, on the impeachment of Donald Trump. I will bring you further information and updates to this story. And it is the holidays. I want you all to stay safe out there. Mind the children, mind your friends and neighbors. Stay warm. Keep a watchful eye out because this is the time when evil lurks even more. Sad to say that with it being the holidays and all, but some people don't have the holiday spirit. I will be back, and this is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.